All right, let's start on section 1.4, exponents, order of operations, variables, and equations. So what we'll learn in this section is how to define and use exponents and also order of operations, how to evaluate algebraic expressions given a replacement value to put in for variables, to determine whether a number is a solution to an equation, and then also how to translate phrases into expressions. We've done a little of that already. And then how to translate English sentences into algebraic statements or equations. First of all, let's talk about order of operations. Maybe you've seen this before, but the order of operation acronym is PEDMAS. I wish it had a nicer sounding name, but this is the order that mathematical operation should be performed whenever you see a mathematical expression. So, first of all, you do everything that is in the parenthesis. And parentheses can look like parentheses, or they're also called grouping symbols. They could be square brackets. They can be set notation. And by the way, absolute value is kind of like a parenthesis in that you want to evaluate what's inside the absolute value first. And so is the division bar of a fraction. So you want to do what's in the numerator, evaluate what's in the numerator, and then evaluate what's in the denominator. So these are kind of just natural grouping symbols. Once there are no more parentheses, then you do exponents. Evaluate your exponents. Once there are no more exponents, from left to right, you do division and multiplication. Once all the division and multiplication is performed, all that's going to be left in your expression is addition and subtraction. So from left to right, you do addition and subtraction. And this is the order that your calculator will use to evaluate an expression as well. So you just want to make sure that you follow this order. This is called the order of operations. Parenthesis, exponents, division and multiplication, addition and subtraction. So what are exponents? Exponents are a shorthand way to write multiplication. You have a base number, and this superscripted number is the exponent. This is a shorthand for multiplication. So if I have 2 to the 5th, that is shorthand for the base 2 multiplied by itself 5 times. Okay, so this is the base multiplied by itself the exponent number of times to multiply. So what is 2 to the 5th? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. We would say 2 to the 5th is 32. And then there are some words, special words that we use with exponents. If something is raised to the second power, you could say, in this case 6, the base is 6, 6 to the second, or you could say 6 squared. squared means to the second power. 6 squared, 6 times 6. 6 multiplied by itself 2 times, that would be 36. So 6 squared is 36. Let me say 4 to the third. That could be 4 raised to the third. Let me cross that out. Or the special word for raised to the third is cubed. Cubed. Cubed means to the third, which would be 4 multiplied by itself 3 times. The base is 4 multiplied by itself 3 times. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. All right, so let's go to our guided notes. And let's start with classroom example 1, 4 squared. That's going to be 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is 16. 3 to the fourth. There's no special word for to the fourth. We would just say to the fourth. So that's going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. All right, and so 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 3 to the fourth is 81. And here we have 2 over 5 squared. The base is 2/5. So we're going to have 2 over 5 multiplied by itself twice. So what do you do when you multiply fractions? They do not have to have the same denominator. You just multiply across. 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 times 5 is 25. So 2/5 squared is going to be 4 over 25. All right, so you take a moment and go try practice 1. Try practice 1, and then we'll come back and start up with the next example. Okay, let's try this next classroom example. We're going to do classroom example 2. And remember, we want to follow our order of operations. I think I'll just put them down on the side over here so that you can remember them. Parens, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction, left to right. So we have 3 plus 2 times 4 squared. There are no parens, but we're going to do this exponent first because there were no parens, but now we're going to go to exponent. So this is going to become 3 plus 2 times, and 4 squared is 16. So at this point, are we going to do the 3 plus 2 first, or are we going to do the 2 times 16 first? As you go through the order of operations, you see that multiplication is higher up than addition. So we're going to do the multiplication first. We're just going to bring down the 3, bring down the plus, and 2 times 16 is 32. So now we've gotten rid of all the parens. Well, there weren't any exponents, all the multiplication, all the division, and now we're left with 3 plus 32, which is 35. All right, how about the next one here? 28 divided by 7 times 2. All right, so raise of hands here. We could do the 28 divided by 7 first, or we could do the 7 times 2 first. Which should we do first? As we go down, there are no parens, there are no exponents, division and multiplication from left to right. So we encounter the division first. So that's what we're going to do first. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Bring down the times, bring down the 2. And now we're just left with 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, this next one, I'm going to write this over here to give myself a little more room. We have 8 times 2 times 6 plus 3 minus 9. And this is kind of nice when they have the type of parens and brackets matching. We know that this is the start and this is the end of this operation. We know that this is the start and this is the end of this operation. You always work from parens from the inside out. So we're not going to do this multiplication yet. We're going to evaluate 6 plus 3 first. So bring down the 8, bring down the bracket, bring down the 2. Now, what is 6 plus 3? That's 9. Bring down the minus, bring down the 9, and close the bracket. All right, so now we still want to do what's in this set of parens before we multiply by 8. So bring down the 8. Do we want to do 2 times 9 first, or do we want to do 9 minus 9 first? Multiplication is higher order than subtraction, so we're going to do the multiplication first. 2 times 9 is 18. Bring down the minus, bring down the 9. And now we want to do what's in these parens first, these brackets.